Hey there everyone, this is Aurelian, and we're playing Star Wars Jedi Knight Jedi Academy. In the last part we went to Tatooine as a male Jaden, and this part we're going to go to Tatooine as a female Jaden, but it's going to be a different part.
We've been looking into the shuttle crash, and it doesn't look like laser damage or a mechanical failure was responsible. It's almost as if something just tore apart the engines.
Well, we saw it was that scepter. Now, for this one, we're going to the other side of Tatooine to attempt to get a droid from some Jawas that has data potentially...
This should be a total blue milk run, kid. But it'll give you a chance to pick up some negotiating skills. Let's head to Tatooine.
Potentially referring to this cult. We're going to take another rank of Force Heal, of course, and this time we're going to take the Bowcaster and the Disruptor. And taking the Thermal Detonators is something you can generally count on being a good idea.
Jawas, never around when you need them. Tracks. Maybe they've already come and gone. Go see if you can find their sandcrawler. They might have stopped in that canyon. I'll talk to the moisture farmers, see if they know anything about this cult.
All right.
Don't worry, Jawas are pretty friendly.
I don't know if friendly is the term I would use, but sure. Now, you can see that I know my stuff with this one. Sincerely, this is one of the longest feeling levels in the game. I kinda don't like it. It's not terrible. I don't think, well... There is one level in this game that I think is truly bad, but it's not this one. It just drags on, and a lot of it's very samey. But yeah, the Disruptor is very important here for taking out those guys on the cliffs. You can shoot them, I mean, you can snipe them with a blaster rifle. I mean, it'll work. But here you see the dangers of melee combat with more than one of these guys. They fucked me up. So much so that I died more than once on this route, partly because they just kind of show up behind you. And yeah, these guys... Some people are relentless. They have all the lack of self-preservation of a non-force user, but they still want to close to melee, like most of the force users do. It has a decent chance of not ending well for you. On the other hand, this is the only level they're featured in, so it's not that big of a deal. You know, from a... I hope I don't have to deal with this shit for the rest of the game point of view. Hey guys.
Can't go that way.
Yeah, they're a little bit skittish, apparently. Which makes sense, considering all the Tusken Raiders around, but still. Nice little quasi-secret area there, but long enough of a trek back that I decided to cut that. And yes, this is the first of the cave areas, I believe. And it's definitely a low point of the level. I may honestly cut some of these sections out just because they are... They're dark, they're not very interesting. There's no set pieces to make any particular place here memorable other than the bits of droids strewn about. And the explosive crates that can be entertaining, but rarely placed in your favor. Now, up there looked like progress, so I decided to turn around and head towards the door that I spotted out of the corner of my eye.
You're not an R5 unit. Can't go that way.
And I was rewarded with a large shield booster. Something that, yeah, I totally forgot those existed in the last part. They're actually probably the main way of getting your shields back. Yeah, now that I remember them. The large ones restore 50, the small ones restore, I think, 25. They are very valuable on this difficulty. But still nice to find on, Jedi Padawan difficulty or whatever it's called. Just because a couple smalls or large will let you pretty much shrug off a lightsaber to the head. And, in some of the later areas, that can be helpful. Here it's mostly just making...
What is this blasted droid?
Energy weapons closer to trivial, but you can see it really helps me when I get, stun-locked and knocked over by these guys. It just lowers damage across the board. This area I've always termed the village, and it's probably one of the high points. It's also sort of the end of the first half and the beginning of the second. But it's followed by more caves, so... Here I'm being very paranoid. Because I thought there was another one on a rooftop, but I'm not sure now. You can see me rather foolishly continuing to attempt to use the disruptor as a casual weapon.
This is not the droid we're looking for.
Cute, Jennifer. Yeah, I may honestly just cut this section of cave. I mean, they're just, generally speaking, a bad idea to me late on Jedi Knight difficulty. And there we go.
Are these even the right Jawas?
Gotta have more faith, Jennifer. Yeah, that's a really nice, I love how big sand crawlers are. Like, the scale of them is just epic. And rest assured, we'll be going inside and exploring just about all of them.
I wonder if I can get up there.
There's no transition that I can tell. I'm gonna pull that thing down, by the way. I bought the strategy guide with this when I bought the game itself. Probably a good thing that I did. Although it's... I don't know, that's likely highlighted by foresight. Maybe it's one of those cases where it's actually useful. I landed on him, and I tried to go into the coup de grace pose there. Didn't go so well. Anyway, yeah, it's one of those things I honestly would not likely have thought to use foresight to figure out. I'd have just been trying to jump in. So, strategy guide, pretty good buy back in 2003 or so. Also, completely missed a large shield unit there. Just straight up failed a spot check. We'll see why this is relevant soon.
How do I get down there?
By the way, this is another thing. It took me, for one thing, I don't think it's covered by the strategy guide. And I actually had to look this up on the internet. First several times I did this, I actually used a kind of really awkward, really special maneuver. Honestly, I should have just showed it off here. Yeah, just not something I figured out on my own. I was pretty dumb, actually. You can see my ammo is not doing so well, and you can also see that headshots hurt. Spirited the trip back, but yeah, always keep an eye out for shield generators. They're important, man. Also, I'm not sure how you actually jump through that fire without, like, getting burnt, but thankfully it doesn't do as much damage as it looks like it should. So, you know, small things. Well, these parts are brutal.
How many droids do these Jawas have?
I didn't die as female Jaden, but they like kind of showing up behind you. It's pretty impressive, really.
You must be the droid we were sent for. But it doesn't look like there are any Jawas left to negotiate with. I guess you better just follow me.
Well, that's convenient. And I'm sure that doesn't conflict with the Jedi Code in any meaningful way. You can kind of see the panic that happened there. Though, yeah, bowcaster with charged shots is not a bad choice for dealing with these guys. Although, do keep an eye on how much ammunition it uses. It's crazy. Also, I believe it shares ammunition with the disruptor rifle for some reason. So that's a thing.
I was starting to get worried. Any problems?
Well, not unless you count the sand people I ran into.
Well, you're still in one piece, so you must have handled yourself all right. Let's get this droid back to the academy.
I had no real concern. I could have died.
Good work, Jaden. Kyle tells me you recovered the droid on your own. It's too bad about the Jawas. R2 will scour the droid's memory banks and see what information it turns up.
Yeah. So that's it for this part. In the next part, we'll be taking Mel Jaden to probably Blengeel. I'm going to do Blengeel as Mel Jaden. I'll see you there. Goodbye.